So I'm watching this interview, and as usual, Robert Kennedy Jr. makes perfect, all moral sense, and he's trying to fight corruption, but he totally lost me right here. I don't know if I'm misunderstanding, but anyways, I don't understand this at all.
There's there's a love that we have. I got into the environment because I wanted, this connection to the fishes and the birds and the wildlife and the whales.
That makes sense. People love nature because, the beautiful animals, the beautiful flowers, the humans destroyed with the oil and the foil and the spoil of the planet and greed. But God is God. God isn't the nature. God created nature and man destroyed nature. God is not nature. God created the universe. God is not the universe. But, it's a metaphor. God is the one and only verse. One verse. The verse of the universe. That's God's real, all moral laws, rules, and ways. Everything about the light down here in our modern day. Another T is the universe. The verse of the universe. In other words, you get
it. And the Purple Mountain's majesty, and that, I understood that the way, God talks to human beings through many vectors, through each other.
God doesn't talk to human beings through any vectors. This is where it's not true. It's zero common sense and zero scientific evidence. God doesn't talk through any organized religion. God came here to get rid of the religions. Bobby, there's 4,000 plus immoral, moronic cartoon God frauds and their fraudulent religions. In other words, when all of you people talk about conspiracy theories, the biggest conspiracies ever created are the religions and their God frauds. Do you understand that, Bobby? Organized religion, God talks to those God fraud cartoons. Are you serious?
Through organized religion, through the great prophets.
The great prophets? Is there one scientific evidence prophet that God did anything through? Just because it's written in a book doesn't mean it's true. Especially the most moronic, demonic prophet, a man named Jesus cartoon. It's supposed to be all love, but if you don't accept that all-loving man God for cartoon Jesus is God, then he burns you alive forever and ever. Or if you're born gay, then you automatically burn alive, screaming your head off forever and ever. Are you serious?
The wise people of the great books of those religions. But no.
Wise people of great books of religions? In other words, if there's one God, there's only one religion and one God. You don't talk about all. In other words, you're pretending that all these cartoons and these disgusting religions that give people permission to destroy what you fought for your whole life. In other words, every religion forgives destroying the planet Earth and polluting Mother Earth. You're allowed to do that as long as you do 666 Hail Marys in your family's Catholic religion and 666 Hail Jesuses. Then you could destroy Mother Earth with the oil and the foil and the spoil of the planet.
Nowhere with the kind of detail and texture and grace and joy as through creation. And when we destroy nature,
God doesn't talk through nature.
We diminish our capacity to sense the divine, to understand who God is and what our own potential is.
Nature doesn't explain who God is. God came down here with blatant scientific evidence to explain who God is. Who God is. Who the one and only, all moral, all common sense, all scientific evidence God Almighty is. Who's been standing up for you through who, for how long. But this really is making me go, as Arsenio Hall used to say, things that make you go,
is and duties are as human beings. And that,
I hope what you just said, by the way, is chopped up and put all over every social media platform in the world. When we destroy nature, we degrade our own ability to experience the divine.
yeah.
Yeah, how is nature experience in the divine? I don't get it. In other words, when you walk into nature, you're experiencing God. If you want to experience God, watch any of the humanly impossible movies that God did through that lucky fucking motherfucker. That's experiencing God. Or watch when the light puts black bags under people's eyes like Donald Trump and turns them on and off like a light switch. That's experiencing God. Walking through nature is experiencing something beautiful that God created, that human beings destroy in the name of the oil and the foil and the spoil of the planet and all the moronic cartoon God frauds that you pretend whatever you just said are real. They all forgive destroying the planet. And then, you know what they do? They say, we didn't destroy it. A devil and a demon went in me. We have no control over our bodies and what we do wrong. That's a devil and a demon coming in us. Are you serious, Bobby? You believe that? You believe that?
And that, you know, it's not about quantifying stuff. That's what the devil does.
The devil. He brought up the devil. Is there a devil? Is there a devil? Let us level with you. Is there a devil? The devil and demons are metaphors for evil, disgusting, despicable, deplorable, horrible, ill-morable planet. Ill-morable people, not planet. And so do you see the way God planned it? So Peter could see what? What is Peter seeing here? That's what the devil does. What does the devil do? What does the devil do? Devils and demons are metaphors for evil people that cognitively lie and try to disgrace and debase and deface and replace the one and only, all moral, all common sense, all scientific evidence, God Almighty, with one of the 4,000 plus immoral, zero scientific evidence, moronic cartoon, man-God frauds, and God frauds. And they're all devilish. None of them are goddish. There's only one God, and it's totally goddish. And every all-moral person's wish list is the one and only God Almighty.
He quantifies everything, right? And that is, you know,
The devil, whoever the devil he's talking about, quantify. And I looked up the definition of quantify, and I'm so dumb. I can't understand those words. And, you know, all I do is I could tell you that I understand God, the one and only real one, versus all the moronic cartoon ones and cartoon devils and cartoon demons and cartoon hell, pray tell, pray tell. So Bobby lost me. Yeah.
you know, what he wants us doing, put a number on it. And the reason we're preserving these things is because we love our children, you know, and it's because we get nature enriches us economically and spiritually and culturally and historically. It connects us to those 10,000 generations of human beings that were here before there were laptops. And it connects us to the most important spiritual lesson of all of the organized religions that we know of today. The central revelation of every one of those religions always occurred in the wilderness. You know, Moses had to go into the wilderness to listen to hear God's voice and see the burning bush. He had to go to the wilderness of Mount.
Are those moronic stories true? I mean, what the fuck is he talking about here? I don't get it.
Sinai to get the commandments. Muhammad who was a city boy from Mecca, had to go to the wilderness.
He's talking about all these cartoons that go into the wilderness to experience what God created. The wilderness is not God. God created the wilderness. The universe is not God. Don't pray to the universe. Don't pray to the woods. Don't pray to the fishes. Don't pray to the trees. Pray to the one and only, all moral, all scientific evidence, all common sense, all logical God Almighty.
Mount Hera on a camping trip with his kids and wrestle the angel Gabriel in the middle of the night and have the first stanzas of the song.
He's talking about these stories like they're true. They're not moronic fairy tale cartoons. And so I thought that his family hated his guts because he was the one God Almighty lover, because everything I've ever heard him say made total common sense, and he was right about all the corruption in the world, and he fought corruption his whole life. And his family seemed angry that he was against all corruption. So now I'm totally confused. But it doesn't matter. The light knows what's going on. This is how the light lets me find stuff out. And I still don't even know. Maybe I don't know what he's doing. But obviously when the black ball ascends, I'll know in 2 seconds if he's fucking psycho or not. But he lost me here. It's hilarious.
The surahs of the Quran squeezed from him. Buddha had to go into the wilderness to sit under and wander for years, and then sit under the book.
And the light had me learn about all these religions. I learned through documentaries, through movies and stuff. And of course, people can make documentaries and movies and lie in them, just like people who write books can lie in the books. So who knows what's true? But I know I learned. I'm a quick study when I watch movies. And Buddha was a king or a prince. And he was real good looking and had tons of money. And all the girls wanted to go out with him. And then when he got old and moldy and full of foldies and realized girls still wanted to go out with him, but was for his money. And so he said, I'm going to go try find true happiness. So he went to find a booty tree and to sit under the booty tree. And to find true happiness, he said he was going to eat 1 grain of rice a day, drink his urine, and lie on a bed of nails. And then that's how he's going to find true happiness. And then fireworks blew out of him. So is that story as dumb as the Jesus story and the Allah and Muhammad story? In other words, he's quoting these stories like they're parts of history and they're real. Are they real?
A tree to get his first revelation of nirvana. And Christ had to spend 40 days in the wilderness to discover his divinity for the first time. And his mentor was John the Baptist, who lived in a cave in the Jordan Valley and ate honey of wild bees and locusts. And then all of Christ's parables come from nature. I'm the vine, you are the branches, the mustard seed, the little swallows, the scattering the seeds on the fallow ground. Because that is where we sense the divine. God talks to us through the fishes, the birds, the leaves. They're all, words from our Creator. And that is why we preserve nature. Yes, it's not.
What does God say through nature? God created the nature for people to enjoy, and human beings destroyed nature with the oil and the foil and the spoil of the planet.